Hey everyone, it's John again. I'm going to play Immaculate Grid, playing grid number 363. Not sure if that's a famous batting average of anybody, but I'm going to roll right into it regardless. Just watched. I wasn't actually able to watch opening day yesterday, but I did watch the breakdown clip of the Rhys Hoskins slide in the Brewer game. And this from John Boy Media. I got to say, maybe a little bit late, maybe a little bit late, but man, Jeff McNeil was really upset. So that was an interesting, because I saw the benches had cleared, and I'm like, oh wow, something serious must have happened. Eh, turns out it was that. So, man, grow up, Jeff McNeil. That's my rant for today. Let's share the screen. Let's get into it. Let's play ball. Do one of these. This was grid number 54 yesterday, which is a tough grid if you look at these numbers. All right, no teams. 200 hits in a season, Jasmine. Okay, yeah. 100 hits, 200 hits in a season. Aaron will work. 200 hits in a season, played outfield. Braun. So far, oh wait, I never. Well, we'll have to guess on the time. I never started it. All right, 2,000 hits. Rookie of the year. Oh, I could. Well, probably not. All right, let's see. I think I'm done using. I'm gonna be done using Brewers. Went as long as I could. Mike Piazza, Rookie of the Year with 30 home runs in a season. About same theme, Mondesi. And Rookie of the Year who played the outfield. How about Hollinsworth? This isn't really a good timed round because I didn't start it on time. So I've kind of really been taking my time. I'm even already at a minute. Let's see, 30 home runs in a season, only playing for one team. Gehrig. And someone who's only played for one team. Nope, shoot. Wanted to go Joey Weimer. Yeah. All right. Probably about 130 on that. Went with a pretty good rarity score. I don't know. I was going fast at first, and I just thought of Brewers to start, and then I thought I would do a Brewer theme, but then I got to Rookie of the Year, and I realized I should have played Braun here. But then I realized this is also I don't think there's anyone else with 200 hits. I guess I could have gone Molitor here, but you run out of Rookies of the Year pretty quickly, and certainly this isn't going to work. So, all right, so let's see here. Ted and Gehrig and Aaron were pretty low, or were pretty high rather. Hollinsworth up here at 3%. A Rookie of the Year playing the outfield. Hollinsworth takes 3%. It's an interesting one. I would not have thought of him as being that high. Joey Weimer at 0.2 even seems a little bit high. All right. I don't know. Like I've got my like suite of people, but now that I think about it, I don't know which of them played outfield, and a lot of them only played for a few games, so that makes it tricky. I know Carlos Diaz is my Blue Jays guy for only one team. He was a catcher. I'm trying to think of if any of the people I have slated are outfielders, but I don't think I've got anyone. All right, I'm gonna stop share. A little sloppy this morning. Reshare, but still like a really good rarity score for a minute 30. Oh, wrong one. Low value production, guys. All right. All right. All right. Let's see who we can come up with on some of these. Who else will work for anybody with 200 hits in a season? Played in the outfield. Shoeless Joe, Ty Cobb, Heelman, Sam Crawford. I'm pretty sure Al Simmons. He's my guy. He'll work. Al Simmons is also working here. I think he had a 31 homer season one time. Jimmy Fox will work in there too. Um, dancing around here. Yeah, rookies of the year I'm gonna have to focus in on. These should be low-hanging fruit. I'm just gonna make sure I don't name a rookie of the year only one team, because that might end up being a waste. So 200 hits and playing the outfield. Actually, that is a pretty good one that I didn't use. Paul Molitor. Oh, that was almost 1%. He wasn't an outfielder. He just did a little bit. Because other people had the same thought I did. And let's see here. A rookie of the year who played the outfield at some point. What if Pat Listash got out there at some point? He was mainly a shortstop. So I don't have a lot of confidence in that one. Wally Moon, maybe. We get Orlando Cepeda would be a pretty good pick. Jackie Robinson would actually be I think a decent pick because he played a little bit of outfield. I think in between his first year was at first base. The meat of his career, his best seasons were at second base. And then the end of his career, including with the 55 Dodgers, where that picture is taken, he was a third baseman. But I think for a couple of years in there, maybe even one of his really good years, he was in the outfield. Um, yeah, let me think on that. Orlando Cepeda, though, I think would be a better pick. It's not as famous. Pete Rose will also work. All right, goes sub one there. And anyone who has played in the outfield and only played for one team. How do we feel about my guy, Dave Nelson? Played a little corner outfield in his day. So he goes sub 0.1. Joey Weimer takes 0.2 or 0.3. It's interesting. All right, back to 200 hits and 30 home runs. I believe actually you know what? I'm gonna actually play Cecil Cooper here. I'm pretty sure he did get to 30 home runs in one season. I'm pretty sure on that, but I'm confident he got to 2,000 hits. So that's a good one. All right, and now 200 hits in a season and 30 career home runs. Willie Mays does this. Jimmy Fox will work. Garrigan and Ruth both work. Don't think Ted Williams works. I'm not gonna play him anyway. I don't know if Yastrzemski works. Maybe for the Triple Crown season, but I mean he drew a decent number of walks, I think. Norm Cash, perhaps? But he also drew a lot of walks. But I'm thinking that 1961 season. He hit 361 that year. I wonder if I mentioned him two games ago when it was grid number 361. So I just had that off the top of my head. You know what? I think Larry Walker hit 363 one time, and he would also work here. So would Dante Bichette. I believe Ellis Burks. I think Vinny Castilla will work. In fact, I'm gonna go Vinny Castilla. That one seems like it might be a little sneaky, but that 98 season, Vinny Castilla. There we go. This at 0.8 still seems so high. I know it's not. I don't. I'm not an elitist on this. You know, 0.8 is a good score on an individual. But I thought I'm getting Paul Molitor, who obviously people know he got 200 hits, but a lot of people have gotten to 200 hits, and Paul Molitor is not known as an outfielder. I just happen to know that he played a handful of, not a handful. I mean, a couple seasons the Brewers tried him out there because he kept getting injured playing third base. See, only one team, someone who's hit over 30 homers at some point or another. Once again, Braun would work. Chipper Jones would work. Judge would work. Trout would work. Otani no longer works. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm out of Brewers who would work. Willie Adames played for the Rays before being traded to the Brewers in 2021. He has over 30 home runs though. I'm trying to think of people who Helton would work. That'd be a decent pick. Because you've got some current players, but I think I should stay away from those. Um, and then you've got people in and then I'm going my impulse is to go to people in the 90s. Um, just because that's what I know the best. But then if you're thinking like pre-reserve clause, you might be more likely come up with one, but I have a lot less confidence, even in guys that I only associate with one team. I have a lot less confidence in knowing for sure that they only played for one team. Um, I will say that Stan Musial would work. That might be an okay pick. Clemente, I think maxed out at 29, if I'm not mistaken. I think either in his MVP season or the season after he had 29 home runs. So don't want to go there. Um, who else would work though? Sure. Did Bob Musial? He only played for the Yankees, I think. I don't know if he got to 30 though. Let's see. Yogi Berra played for the Mets for a little bit, so he's not going to work. Also in the picture back there. Um, Campanella would work, I think. But my only question then is, does it count as only one team because he played Negro League seasons before coming to the Dodgers? So that would be one that I might strike out on. George Brett will work. This is an interesting one because George Brett is pretty famously a career Royal, but he's not famously a big home run hitter. I think he only had 130 homer season. I think the same is true of Ripken actually. I would go Brett before Ripken though. I could go both of them before Chipper Jones because he was more famously a home run hitter. Let's see. I guess I'll just go by team. Not thinking of any career Blue Jays. Oh, but I also have to get 2,000 hits. So if I'm thinking about both these categories, that might be a way to go about it. I guess Vlad Guerrero Jr. would work. So George Brett does. It really is just one season. I think 85 is the only season he hits over 30. So he takes one. And then for 2,000 career hits playing exclusively with one team, ideally you go with someone with not 3,000 because that list is way better known. Chipper Jones is another example of someone I think would work pretty well. I'm not sure if Ron works. Joey Votto at this point has played games for the Blue Jays, right? Last couple days. I don't actually know for sure. I'll have to have to go back and check, but I think he would work. Ooh, what about? I think he got there. Is this worth the risk? I'm pretty sure Yachty. I think Yachty got there. Takes 1%. All right, now we need some rookies of the year. I went with Mondesi here. That was a pretty good pick. I probably shouldn't have squandered that. That was a pretty good pick. Um, Yeah, that's interesting. Do I go with? Of course, Helton didn't win rookie either. He was second to Kerry Wood. He was the favorite going into the season, but that was 98. But Kerry Wood won it. I can't do rookies of the year for too long because at a certain point you just don't have enough time to have gotten to 2,000 hits. So um, and I mentioned Giovanni Soto in a game yesterday. Uh, that's 08. Braun is 07, but I've already used him. 06 is Ryan Howard. He did not get to 2,000 hits. Carlos Beltran will work. 99. Sort of skipped a few. Um, Cepeda would have worked. McCovey will work. Maybe I go McCovey. Also 1%. And Rookie of the Year, 30 home run season. It doesn't have to be in the same year. Did I go? I guess I went Piazza for 2,000 hits, but um, Rookie of the Year. Some others in the 90s because it was all Dodgers in the mid 90s there. Oh, Karros will work. I think Eric Karros would be actually an interesting pick. Let's go with him. Also 1%. So a lot of people right at 1%. Molitor up to 1%. Karros, McCovey, Yachty, and George Brett all exactly at 1%. How do I feel about that? I feel like decent. It could have gone a lot better than with Molitor though. But 1% when even this, you had 25 guys splitting 73%. I stayed away from Jeter. I didn't even mention Jeter, but I stayed away from him. And that's an average of like 3% per person not named Jeter. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Um, Rating score of 7. Kind of botched the timeout. I'm sorry. I just sort of started playing and forgot to hit go. So I gotta. That's why the cadence is so important. I don't know why I deviated from it this morning, but hopefully it was a decent product for everyone to watch. Hope everyone has a happy Easter, and I'll be back at it later. Peace.